I'm Adrian Peterson of the Minnesota Vikings, and you're watching the best sports coverage on News OK.
You said he did a really good job against BYU. Show him some initiative at halftime. That he'll even take that further now that he's the guy.
Sure, but my point being that we knew last week he wasn't going to play, and he did that a week ago. So in the end, he's known that the games, already that Sam hasn't been able to play, he's handled that and done it well. And so I don't know that this changes anything, but you're right in that. The fact that he is getting all the snaps with ones and is the guy that's getting prepared for it, as opposed to the second guy. The first guy is always more prepared. So that in that sense, but again, that has been the case when he's been out. But moving forward, getting all those reps and all that study time, that'll it should hopefully help him continue to play well.
Has Tennell earned more playing time?
He has, and. Hopefully he'll take advantage of it and keep building on what he did last week.
Do you feel good about your receiver core, or are you still kind of taking a wait-and-see approach because you've had so many up-and-down performances?
Well, yeah, you just you have to show it consistently, and we've been inconsistent. So, no, we need to see more. We need to see more consistency, continue to see more competitiveness and better plays. That's what you're after.
Well, these guys have been catching the football all their lives, and they've been doing it in practice. They do it in practice. That's why they get to play after that. Coach Norvell talks about they can do it in practice. How frustrating is it then that they can't do it in games, or that they can't do it?
Well, I've seen some inconsistency in practice too. So again, it's being able to be competitive in the moment as well as being relaxed and do what you're capable of doing, and so we're working on it.
Bob, talk about your place-taking situation. You went with Tress in the last game. Was that a competitive thing?
Absolutely. I just don't feel Jimmy's been as nearly as consistent as he needs to be. And so therefore Tress has shown me enough in practice. He's much better than he was a year ago and been more consistent that he deserves that opportunity. And so we'll see how he handles it.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about the play of Jonathan Nelson?
Yeah, Jonathan's been a real positive in the secondary with his understanding to play multiple positions. He play corner or safety, can play in at the nickel position, and he's really done well with understanding it, being in position, but also being competitive and making plays. And he's got excellent quickness and speed, and that really helps you in a lot of coverage responsibility.
Is Jonathan Miller now maybe the number 2 running back?
He's sure battling for it, and he'll get more opportunities as we go.
Is there any sense at all that maybe this offense has turned the corner? Or you probably really want to see another 2, 3, 4 halves like the second half against Kansas. But do you see anything?
6, 7, 8 halves. It's still developing.
Okay.
And we'll keep pushing for more.
How unsettling is it, Bob? You're going to game 8, and the offensive line, just about every game, is a new starting lineup.
That's a lot more unsettling to you guys than us. And in the end, those guys, I kind of said it a week or two ago, that if you got 5 seniors that have played together for 3 years and are playing really well, sure, you don't need to mess with it. But if guys aren't playing consistently enough, it needs to remain competitive, and other guys have their opportunities to play or play more and to show they deserve to be in there more. It's kind of, you earn your time on the field, and you earn your way to stay on the field by how you play. So if it isn't what it needs to be, it remains competitive. But in the end, it's they practiced all week, and the center doesn't care who the guard is next to him. The guard doesn't care who the tackle is next to him, long as we're all on the same page. But just because it's the same guy doesn't mean you're going to be. Does that make sense? It's still, you have to play.
Who graded well Saturday?
Trent Williams and Brody Eldridge. Brody, like always, had a great game. I think he had 18 knockdowns, I believe. So, which is he's an amazing guy. I should have said that. Yeah, Brody was and Ryan Broyles were our 2 players of the game on offense, and Ronell Lewis was our player of the game on special teams. He really can bring it on coverage. So
Was his hit on the first play of the game, did that kind of set a tone and also show what's going to come in the future with him?
it could. It was actually our second kickoff, but still it was the first one they returned. The first one was out. Yeah, he's got a lot of, I say it a lot, he's got a lot of power and punch to him, and he's really starting to figure things out. And so, sure, he has a chance to really be a good player in there.
And the fact that he hit Briscoe, it was Briscoe that kind of got up slowly there.
Oh, yeah, very slowly. And he, like I said, Ronell, there's a lot to him. He's a really powerful. He got a lot of strength and size to him, and has a natural ability for contact. And so, hopefully, yeah, we just have to continue to develop it.
Is the Mike linebacker where he's probably going to end up?
Could be. It's we'll see, but probably.
Does Dolores Jeffries come right back in and is the starter, or does he have to do something to earn that back?
He won't be the starter, and he'll earn his time by what he does this week. And if he doesn't take care of some business this week, he won't be there this week either. So.
Their receiver Brandon Banks had a big game last year and has already had a couple kick returns for touchdowns this year. Could you talk about containing him on offense and special teams? Sure.
He's a very explosive, fast, excellent player, Brandon Banks. Yeah, he's got that quickness and speed, to make those big plays. So whether you're covering him, on offensive plays or you're covering him on returns, you have to really be great tackling and getting in position to make plays and working together, with whoever you're working with.
Where is Brian Simmons on the comeback trail?
Oh, unsure. Probably a week or two away.
Bob, you've indicated over the years that you don't really talk to your team much about other games, conference standings, BCS standings, all that. You don't really go into detail about what's going on. Is that still holding true in like this week or this season? And why do you generally choose to do that?
Well, to me, you have to spend all your energy and focus on what you have to do. What someone else does or doesn't do, I know in the end it could affect your situation, but you can't do anything about it. So focus on what you're, what you can do something about, and like I had said, there was a lot made of, we understand going through the whole, we still have, 5 more Big 12 games. A lot can happen and a lot can change, and it has in the past. I'm not talking about anything that's, that isn't true, and that, we lost going into our Texas game 3 of the last 4, but we had won 3 of the last 4 Big 12 championships. And actually, if you want to go back 5 years, we've won 4 of the last 5, and they've won 4 of the last 5 games. So that isn't the end all. It's what you do the whole year to win a Big 12 championship, and a lot can happen. We've seen it in the past. So our job is to do the very best we can to continue to try to put yourself in position to pursue it by playing well and getting prepared yourself.